Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome back. Today we need to have a little discussion. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking. So grab your seats, lean back, and I'm gonna start teabagging. Wait. No, but in all seriousness, we need to talk about story quests in Genshin. They're terrible. And before you come at me and like, no, so-and-so's quest was good. One good does not make them any bad. Okay, Bartholomew. Why now, though? Why now am I talking about this? Well, Skirk. Yes, Skirky Skirk. Her banner, by this time, has come and gone. And Hoyo has started doing this thing that if you do said character story quest in the time that the banner is live, then you get, well, what would you say, like a handful of ascension materials for said character, which, to be frank, is nice. See? I'm not just talking shiitake mushrooms for this entire video. But you may be asking, what does this have to do with Skirk? Well, little sugar plum. Here's the thing. First thing, these story quests are too long. If I wanted to go sit for 3.5 to 4 hours for cutscenes, I'd go play an Atlas game. Nothing against them. They do story content. This is Genshin, a cross-platform action RPG on PC and mobile. Why is there so much dialogue? Like, who is sitting like on a train, in a car, like wanting to just not listen to cutscenes? Skirk's whole quest was exposition. Yes, I'm sure. It is setting up events to come, but here's my problem, okay, with quests like this. The game has a whole roster of characters, and not one in this quest. Baishu's cameo for like offering them a room does not count. And all the other characters in the quest are NPCs, of whom which you won't see or hear from again. So it makes you feel like not really paying attention, because also the character in the quests, this time being Skirk, are just talking to Traveler, who does not speak. He has so much dialogue in this quest specifically, and not a peep from those silent little lips. That also takes you out of the experience of the story. Not a spoiler, but once some sort of thing gets revealed in like Act 2, end of Act 2 of this story, and even after this whole sort of epiphanic moment of realization, the quest is still not over.
But by the time they found the baby, it was too late.
I'm still convinced that Hoyo just released Skirk early because for some reason they did a like narrative pivot, and this was actually supposed to be Capitano's banner, because this whole oh, I'm not Cryo, but I just emulate Cryo to make people feel more comfortable around me, is so lame. And we all played the Natlan story quest. Homeboy was for sure a Cryo sword user.
The old must be destroyed.
So, but I digress. I'm heated about this more than normal because they were doing so well. I love the concept and the execution of sort of the Natlan 5-star units, where like their story was part 3 of like the tribe affinity quest. It made you feel more connected to Tevat and the nation that you were playing in. You got some more sort of depth, like understanding of how the tribes operate. It felt good. I think Skirk's story quest was sort of pushed altogether very quickly out of necessity. And so they made this baddie story quest into a 4-hour cutscene nightmare of exposition with pretty visuals to set up yet another subplot that the writers are eventually going to sort of forget about in patches to come. Some editor over at Hoyoverse must agree with that, because even at the very end of this quest, Paimon has a voice line.
It's finally over. Let's get out of here.
Like, if you know it's not good and it's too obtuse in narrative dialogue, then makes changes. And last thing, last thing, last sort of point here. Character quests are your only chance to sort of like test new units with your sort of roster of characters that you already have on your account. So you like sort of, at some point leading up to this, like at some point you're in sort of a domain or situation where the character is in your party for in slot 5. And so you can sort of like pre-plan what you want to do. Well, not this time. Hoyo decided, nah, I got you with the party. Your domain trial team for Skirk story quest was Hydro Traveler and Skirk. Hydro Traveler! Oh boy. I mean, we've all seen Skirk's kit. We know how it works. So you need to do reactions before she takes the field because you need, That's not gonna happen with Hydro Traveler. I don't know which Hydro Traveler they're looking at, but it's not. It's not the in-game one or the one we have access to.
Water jet!
How in the hell are you supposed to test her? You just sort of like, oh, we're just, I guess, banking on the fact that people like Skirk because Skirk is Skirk. Anyway, sorry. Sometimes you just gotta get things off your chest, Because, rumor has it, the character quests in Not Cry, which is not that far away, are going to be actually part sort of the main story narrative, which I'm all cool for, because if they do a thing that they did in Natland, cool, awesome. So I'm hoping what happened with Skirk Quest is kind of the end of this sort of exposition nightmare. Anyway, thanks for making it this far. Like and subscribe if you're still here, or if you want to see this face more often and more consistently, okay? I do stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/YakobiJames. You can watch me live there. Have a good day. If you agree, if you disagree, leave a comment. Or don't. Live your best life.